911, what's your emergency?
There's a policeman. I think he's shot, lying in the alley next to 484 Western. I don't think he's going to make it.
Sir, are you at that address now?
Welcome to Same Script, Different Cast, cut to Act 1. You are with me, Seen It.
I think it.
We are going to talk about Outsider, episode 8, entitled Foxhead. With the end of the last episode, Jack is on the run since he was licking up shots against Holly in the public, in the daylight, at that gas station. So the cops are actually watching Jack's house. He gets them to leave by placing a swatting call for them to go to another location, and then he breaks into his own home. He has a straight up arsenal that's hidden, grabs his guns, steals his own car, and he turns on the cop walkie-talkie so he can see what's going on. He is just going down. It's a slippery slope at this point. There's no turning back for this man now. You could just see the entire just downward spiral, and this is it too. I mean, he has all these guns. He's going to use them. Back at the Anderson home, so we have everybody there. Well, they're trying to figure out where is Claude Bolton, and then they kind of figure out that he's in Tennessee with his brother. So, well, that's what they speculate. Holly volunteers to go down to Tennessee with the intent to isolate him from harm, meaning when the entity, the shapeshifter, kills, she can be like, I was with him the whole time. I was with him. So she can corroborate, be his, not his alibi, it's just like, I was with this guy. This is not the person who committed the murder. You can't be in two places at once. You can't be, what's her saying? You can't be in two realities at the same time, So what she's saying also is they need to keep the pressure on the entity to have them run, and have them make mistakes. And so she goes into all that and like how that happens, and they need the time to recover from shape-shifting and build up strength. Jack is being used as this surrogate to do the bidding, everything that he wants him to do. Like as far as he wanted to take Holly out. I don't know if they know about all the deer that he's collected in the damn sleeping bags and lampshades. I don't know if they know about those things as far as feeding the entity. Holly's going. Andy is the first who volunteers. Of course he did. He wants to accompany Holly. He wants that brown sugar.
Brown sugar, babe. I guess high up your love, I don't know how to behave.
Then Eunice is like, I'll be there. I got some days off. And then, oh shucks, Ralph motherfucking Anderson says, I'll go too. So, that's great. Everybody agrees to go except for Alec Pelly. They have decided that they are all gonna vouch for the real Claude while the entity finishes transitioning. Jeannie does not want Ralph to go for a few reasons. She mentions that she doesn't want to lose him, and she also says because he's too skeptical, he doesn't believe enough, and so now he would be an obstacle and possibly get someone else hurt because of his skepticism. Right before they leave, Eunice offers to have Claude picked up by the police in Tennessee until they arrive, just to make sure that he's safe. Now what gets him here is Alec Pelly not wanting to go, and Holly being the first to volunteer to see this through. The only reason that Holly is even doing this is because she was hired by Solomon and Alec Pelly. Also Ralph. They should be there with her to see this through, if anything. All I'm saying, with Alec Pelly like, nah, I have work to do. No, this is your job too. You got her into this mess. But that was what I was thinking this entire episode. We do see that Claude is in Tennessee with his brother. He confides in his brother by telling him it's like he has this feeling that someone is following him.
I always feel like somebody's watching me.
He's getting up several times a night. He's, flicking on the lights and checking the locks, and he feels like in the mirror when he looks like someone else is looking back at him. So he's going through a lot of stuff. And he said that he has this feeling like something is about to go down. And he just knew that he had to leave Cherokee City. He sold his strip club. He tells that to his brother. And it was called Peach Crease. His strip club was called Peach Crease. Let that sink in. On the road again, Jack hears there's an APB out on him. He stops and he shoots a fisherman. The shapeshifter eats the fisherman off screen. They steal the fisherman's car. Jack feels so remorseful when he sees a photo hanging of the fisherman's family in the rearview mirror. And he is driving El Coco. They are on a road trip. El Coco needs to eat. And he tells Jack this because the fisherman was full of cancer. Cancer doesn't taste good. No sugars, taste free. He eats another thing off screen. It looks like they're in some sort of a cave while Jack sits on the side just looking distraught. We're on another road again. It's Ralph and Holly. They're in one car, and Eunice and Andy are in the next. So during the respective drives, they're telling each other stories. And I like that because we get a feel for everyone. Their personalities. You see that Eunice is funny when he jokes about Holly having powers. Like if she touches you, she can tell you when you're about to die. And Andy buying into it, but letting him know that he has feelings for Holly. The other car, Ralph talking about his son and a record that his mom used to play. So when she passed away and he had a son and the song came on in the car, he knew that it was his mom looking over him. So they shared a lot of stories, which tells me, because I'm getting the feels for all these people, they're not all gonna live. Somebody's gonna perish. It's gonna hurt. Because, everyone has their story, everyone's funny. Somebody got to die, so they're not all gonna make it. Andy would hurt. Eunice has been the person who's seen Holly and believed her from the start. Nothing can happen to Ralph because, geez Louise, Jeannie would just be, she lost her son, now she lost Ralph. I don't know. Stephen King is kind of ruthless in his stories. He could have been like, boom, boom, everybody going down. I don't know. Back in Tennessee, while on our way to Burger King, Claude gets picked up by the police. His brother, Seal, later comes in to bail him out because Claude is very, I don't know what time it is. I don't know why y'all doing this, but I'm going to go with you because I've been in custody before, been with the law, and I don't want to cause no ruckus. I won't cause a ruckus. So yes, he goes with them. Seal comes to bail him out, ends up getting tased and held in the jail cell for having words with one of the police officers. The gang arrive. So it's Ralph, Andy, Holly, and Eunice. They vouch for Claude, get his brother out too. They do this by getting the Tennessee Connect that Eunice called before they left for Cherokee. They return to Seal's house. Off screen, they tell them what's up about the doppelganger shapeshifter. They do that off screen. Ralph goes outside, and Holly has to have a stern talking to him like, yo, you can't keep doing this. Your skepticism and just how you are not believing, you have to stop this now because we have to get it together because you're going to get somebody hurt. It's like he doesn't have the belief, and so something's going to go down. The shapeshifter shit, yeah, this is real. This is taking people out. Yeah, so this is real. And Ralph just really has to get on board. Throughout this entire episode, we're following a family, which you can tell is the next target. They're going to some sort of a cave festival. So when you get there, it's like these folks that are dressed up as bears and deer. While they're walking around, the family does cross paths with El Cuco as Claude, and he's wearing a bear mask. A little bit later, El Cuco strikes up a conversation with the kid while the parents are off having a beer. The kid's sister is talking to some boys. And it's the kid's sister who notices, like, who is this dude with my little brother? Because they're walking. El Cuco has the kid's neck with his hand. And they're just walking slowly through this crowded convention. And it's the little girl that's yelling out, help me, he has my brother, help me. And she's running. And then the parents look up and they start running. And then El Cuco is swarmed by the crowd. And he's knocked down by the kid's dad. I think the kid's dad gets scratched because I noticed a little prick thing, but the camera didn't focus on it. Like, look at this. I like how subtle they are, whoever's directing these episodes. So I don't know. I saw a little bit of blood on the hand, but who knows? The mask is knocked off. Everything is captured on video and camera phone. El Cuco, he's able to get away. He runs off. Later that night, Claude gets up, the real Claude, thinking someone is following him, just feeling uneasy, what he said he's been feeling this whole time. He's checking the locked doors, and Ralph gets up and he hears and he sees this. The next morning, Eunice is sleeping in his car, and up comes Solomon and Alec Kelly. They came down to join after a lot of back and forth. The whole episode with Alec Kelly saying he tastes copper in his mouth. I don't know, like when he gets a bad feeling, that's how he felt. That's why he initially didn't want to join the troops. they're there. Everyone is there to catch El Cuco. And so with all the strife and I won't say the backlash, but everything she got from the other episode where it's just like when she was talking about the entity, Gloria Maitland was like, what the fuck? The boogeyman did it? Everyone's rallying around Holly and believing her. So they're down there. That same morning, the cops knock on Seal's door asking to speak to Claude. Ralph, Eunice, and Holly speak to those cops outside. Claude was here all night, and they show him video of everything that happened the night before and with the kid's dad and everything. And when El Cuco Claude is on the ground and his mask comes off, it's Claude's face. So you see Ralph's face, which is like, what? Shit just got real. That was his face.
Shit just got real.
Because it really did. It really hit Ralph at that point. From the snippets for next week, it looks like they're going to interview the father. They need to ask that man if he got scratched. Because they need to be like, you're next. Thanks for joining me. This was great. Looking forward to episode 9. I'm out.